All right, new section 1.5, reasons for and significance of the United States' use of atomic weapons against Japan. Now, the war in Europe is going to end in May of 1945. Okay, the Soviets have gone into Berlin. Hitler commits suicide. War is over. Now, Roosevelt, okay, President of the United States, is determined to gain Soviet support at the Yalta Conference. Okay, so at this time, he's going to give a number of concessions to Stalin simply in return for the USSR, the Soviet Union, declaring war on Japan, because Roosevelt needs the support of the Soviets to end this war, to finish it once and for all. At this time, though, the Grand Alliance is going to start to crack. We're going to have FDR die of a stroke kind of suddenly, and then the common enemy of the Nazis is going to be defeated. Okay, so the one thing that really brought the USSR, the United States, and the United Kingdom together was their common hatred of Nazi Germany. Okay, when it comes to getting rid of Nazi Germany, the United States and the USSR really don't have that much in common. Because the Nazis are defeated, there's really no good reason for the United States and the Soviet Union to stick around and be friends anymore, because their common enemy is gone, and FDR, the leader that Stalin has worked with throughout the war, is no longer going to be around. Now, this is going to bring us to the Manhattan Project. And the Manhattan Project is simply a bunch of scientists with an objective of creating an atomic bomb. Okay, we're going to get Albert Einstein is going to be sending a letter early on in the war to President FDR, okay, President Roosevelt, and he's going to explain that Germany has this technology and these technological developments which involve splitting the atom. Now, Einstein is going to be mentioning this as a former German citizen who got out of Germany before the war effort. And he's going to be mentioning this to Roosevelt to tell him that there is a potential for a new weapon to be used when it comes to splitting the atom. Basically saying to Roosevelt, hey, you better do this before the Germans do it, because if the Germans get this first, it's going to be a whole new ball game. This war is not going to be easy to win. So there's going to be this race within the United States to go ahead and beat the Germans when it comes to splitting the atom to create this new weapon. Scientist Leo, I'm going to butcher this name, Szilard, is going to recognize the potential. He's going to see this as a potential for two different things. Number one, for energy. Okay, we can use this for nuclear energy to be creating electricity. And number two, we can use this as a big ol' bomb. Okay, it's a big A bomb. It's going to blow up and it can cause a lot of damage. Now, we're going to get the Advisory Committee on Uranium, which is going to be formed, and it's going to be renamed the National Defense Research Committee in 1940. The goal of this was to explore the potential uses of nuclear fission. So what can we do with this? Can we use this for creating energy? And better yet, in time of war, can we use this for a bomb? This is initially going to be managed by the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers from the Manhattan Engineer District, hence the name, the Manhattan Project. We're going to get a man by the name of Enrico Fermi, an Italian man who's going to be the first to successfully create nuclear fission. He's going to do this under a football field. I believe it was in New Jersey in 1942. Okay. At this time in the Manhattan Project, we're going to 120,000 Americans who are working on the project. Most of them completely unaware of what they're doing. They know they're doing something for the government, but it's a top secret mission, top secret project. You only know what you absolutely need to know. So they're doing this. They don't know what they're doing, with the exception of a very, very limited number of individuals. Remember, the Vice President of the United States wasn't even aware of what was going on at first. The British and Canadians are also going to be assisting in this project as well. Again, most workers have no clue they're creating a bomb. It's going to bring us to the name of J. Robert Oppenheimer, okay, one of the most influential men when it comes to the creation of the atomic bomb. He's going to be asked to head the project, and the project is officially known as Project Y. He's going to pick the Los Alamos, New Mexico, as the location for this project. He's going to do it for two different reasons. Number one, Los Alamos, New Mexico is isolated. When you're creating a major weapon of utmost security importance and something that's really, really top secret, you really don't want to do that in a large area. Thus, the more isolated, the better. But number two, Los Alamos has a large supply of water, and you're going to need the supply of water for the nuclear reaction to actually work. So you can't just go out in the middle of the desert without water. It's not going to work. Now, Einstein, the one who really got this whole ball rolling, is going to be denied security clearance as part of the Manhattan Project because they consider him too much of a pacifist. Okay, Einstein doesn't want to fight. Therefore, they're like, yep, can't trust you. You not getting security clearance. Many of the other scientists who are part of this project are going to be former Germans. Not former Germans. They're still German. They're just no longer German citizens who had escaped out of Germany, kind of seeing the writing on the wall of what Hitler was doing. Now, the project's going to take 2 full years to create, and finally, on May 7th, 1945, we're going to get the Trinity Test at the Trinity Test site, which is a detonation of the equivalent to 108 tons of TNT. This is the first test to really make sure, is this going to work? What's going to be happening? We're going to get the first official test of the bomb on July 16th, 1945. This bomb is going to be equal to 18,000 tons of TNT, so much, much larger than that test on May 7th, and this bomb is going to be known as the Gadget. Now, we're going to get into this a little bit more in just a second, explaining why this date is significant and what ultimately is going to happen less than a month later. For now, if you have questions, comments, put it below. Otherwise, good luck.